Welcome to Real Tech TV. I'm TJ Hedges.
And I'm Tara Jones. Today,
Tara, I got to interrupt you real quickly. We've gotten a lot of emails about this, so I've got to straighten up something real quickly. Rupert the Monkey Boy. We mentioned him in episode number 1. Who is he? Well, he comes from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. Steve Martin, Michael Caine, great movie. And Rupert the Monkey Boy is featured in this heavily, so check it out. It has nothing to do with what we talk about here, but those emails, keep them coming in.
You good?
Yes, I'm good.
You feel better?
Now I feel so much better now.
Okay, great. All right, well now we're going to get on to when do you call in us? Now they're not going to call in us. And when do you use the flip camera? Well, we have a couple of pointers that will help decipher this, because this is a big question. When do you invest the money? Times are tough and people don't have a lot of money right now to invest in marketing, but when is it a good idea? Price point is first, do you agree?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that if you're shooting a house that's in the upper echelon of real estate, they're looking for something that's specific in that. Now, one of the things that we told you about in the first episode of Real Tech TV is that the microphone on this particular camera, the lens has limitations, all of those things. So if I'm shooting with this, you'll notice that the audio quality on this microphone that's on the camera is not the same as the microphone that I'm using right here. So we want to make sure in those upper echelon houses, there are expectations that you're going to want to make sure you call in the professionals or at least use a professional microphone. There's no way to do that with the flip camera.
And I think that is the big difference when you're dealing with the upper echelon. And when we talk about the upper echelon, we normally shoot a home that is no less than $500,000. When you're dealing with that kind of clientele, they have a different expectation of the quality of video. It truly is a marketing campaign to get that house sold.
Now, if we're talking about price point, there's something specifically that I think we need to address here, and that would be that a house in Georgia at $500,000 may be totally different than a house in California at $500,000. So you as the professional, you as the agent, you need to decide how you differentiate between the levels of houses. A $500,000 house here may be $1 million in California.
Exactly. So now that we've talked about price point, what's another differentiation? We really want to talk to you about doing a home tour versus a community showcase. A community showcase is really profiling the neighborhood and really getting to know the entire area so that when a seller comes in, they don't have to do that. You've done all the homework for them in a little 2-minute package. Some of the most enchanting people in the world have been attracted to the 23rd Street pop culture phenomenon that is South Beach. Ranked the second sexiest beach in the world by the Travel Channel, one glance and it's clear to see the standing is well deserved. Keeping up with appearances here is all part of what entices top designers and discerning consumers to Lincoln Road, making for some of the finest shopping this side of the globe. The flip camera is really going to be difficult to do that, mainly because of the technology that it does not have and also the microphone. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, that's true. As you're going out into the community and shooting some of these areas that you want to see, you can't do, like we said last time, pans and tilts are very difficult with this thing. Zooming in and out that may give your video a little bit more visual interest is very difficult with this. The audio is going to be very tough. We've already addressed that. So those type of things that are typically high level that make your community look the best are very difficult to do with this camera. Once again, call in the professionals or you need to use a higher end camera, and we can give you tips about that. I'm sure we'll receive emails about what is a higher quality camera, and that's a good episode that we can do in the future. Talk about several different levels of camera. So that community profile is a very important thing, and you want to make sure that you're not using this, that you're using a higher end camera.
All right, so now that we've told you when to use the flip camera and when to call in the pros, join us next week when I'm going to turn it over to TJ, who is going to talk all about editing your video. We'll see you then.